Warning. This show contains subject matter on the topic of the coronavirus. You will not catch the virus by listening to the show. Hello and welcome to another edition of Two Guys with a View, coming to you from the heart
and sometimes the butthole
of Lancaster County. I'm Bud.
And I'm Caleb.
And today we're going to talk about a very pressing issue. Today's show is entitled Coronavirus Mania.
No, what is it? Should we go to CDC's website?
Yeah, we're going to go to CDC's website. So, grab your toilet paper
and your sanitizer
and have a seat and listen to this conversation we're going to have here. All right.
This is so bad. Oh my god.
All right. There, that's all.
Okay. Yeah, let the person who's losing their voice right now, like dying from like coronavirus. I don't actually have coronavirus, but I might. I don't know. Excuse me. There is currently no vaccine to prevent the coronavirus disease, 2019 or COVID-19. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to the virus. This virus is thought to spread mainly from person-to-person contact between people who are close contact within one another within about 6 feet.
I guess I got to move a few feet further.
This room isn't even 6 feet long.
I know it isn't.
Contact through the respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes.
Droplets. I like
These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lung. That's kind of nasty.
Yes,
Not gonna lie.
Is.
Like, it doesn't even have to be coronavirus. But think about that. Droplets from your respiratory system are going into other people's mouths and noses. That's just nasty. Anyway, best way to protect yourself. Clean your hands often. Avoid close contact. You should all know how to clean your hands. Wash your hands.
Make sure you sing a nursery rhyme with it to make sure you...
No, it's a nursery. Sing happy birthday twice is what the official government
Oh, is that what the government says?
Yeah.
Okay.
If soap and water are not readily available, use a hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. So, Dad, no, you're not allowed to use the whiskey in the cabinet.
Oh, come on.
Cover all surfaces of your hands and rub them together until they feel dry. That's kind of weird.
Like your throat right now, right?
Yeah, my throat is... It's not even dry. It's just I'm losing my voice.
Stop.
Listen to this. It's moist, but I'm still losing my voice. Anyway, avoid close contact. Stay in your house. Don't do anything. Yeah, that's basically... There's a picture here with this lady in her house. Just standing there looking out the window. It's great. Put a distance between yourself and other people, and this COVID-19 is spreading in your community. This is especially important for people who are at higher risk of getting very sick.
Maybe you should put a link for this government site in the
I will
description.
Put the official CDC link in the description. Not that you all don't have it, but I'm not going to read the rest of this. There's... Wear a face mask if you're sick. If you're sick, stay the frick at home.
Well, the thing is, they're urging people not to use the face mask because the medical profession is lacking in the supplies.
Let's
look
at people who are at a higher risk of getting sick.
Okay.
Oh my. Older adults, well, Dad, you're fricked. People who have serious chronic medical conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and lung disease.
You already read all that.
Yeah. Anyway, basically don't do anything for the next, 2 weeks. Otherwise, you're going to get the coronavirus, and you're probably going to die, There's no hope for people with coronavirus at this point. We have 42 cases. And yes, there's people recovering, but like what my geometry teacher said, every 4 days the amount of cases doubles. So we have 42 confirmed cases in Pennsylvania. Not in Pennsylvania, in the United States, excuse me. Wider variety there. In 4 days, that'll probably double up to 82 cases.
Which is your typical spread for a virus.
Yes, typical spread. And that'll continue to grow and grow. So, for all of you who have coronavirus that are listening to this, stay the frick at home. Don't get anybody else sick, because we don't want that nasty stuff. And we're gonna look at some emails now from different companies about this issue, such as the COVID-19 or coronavirus.
Okay, first letter is coming to us from Speedway. Dear valued customer, nothing is more important than your health of our customers' employees. We have been closely monitoring the spread of COVID-19, novel coronavirus, and early on convened a team of experts, including medical advisors, to address the potential threat of the virus. Following the guidance of the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention and the World Health Organization. Who? World Health Organization.
It's the WHO.
It's the WHO. We have already implemented plans designed to protect our customers' employees and to help ensure our stores remain open for the convenience of our customers and their daily needs. We have enhanced our already comprehensive in-store cleaning and sanitation processes and continued emphasis on proper personal hygiene, including more frequent hand washing and the proper use of hand sanitizer. We've also distributed cleaning supplies which have been EPA certified to kill COVID-19 virus, with instructions to increase the frequency of cleaning commonly touched surfaces, including bathrooms, touchscreens, door and cooler handles, dispensers, and pin pads. Soon Speedway will be supplying our stores with hand sanitizer stations for customer use, adding an additional level of protection. We are working closely with medical professionals, sure they are, and health agencies to provide up-to-date, accurate information from reliable sources to our employees. Weekly communications and dedicated internal COVID-19 website educate our employees about the best ways to avoid becoming ill, what to do if they suspect they might be ill, and how to properly communicate with store and company leadership on any concerns. At Speedway, we understand the vital role our stores play in communities and the value of employees who staff and operate these stores. We also understand our customers want to know that Speedway is taking the necessary precautions to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. We earn your trust one visit at a time. If you have any concerns, please contact Speedway customer service. I'm not reading the phone number.
That signature looks great.
I think it's a stamp.
Probably.
Okay. You can read the next one.
Yeah, you're going to make me read the next one? You're not going to give me the other one? You're not going to give me...
You want the other one?
Yeah. I'll read the one from...
I'll give you the other one. Okay, here you go.
Alright. Coronavirus. Alright. The second one's from Golden Corral. The health, safety, and well-being of our coworkers, guests, and communities are always our top priority, which it should be. We are deeply committed to delivering on that promise. For 47 years, our brand has specialized in serving our local communities across the country. Beginning January, in consultation with national, state, and local health authorities, including the Center of Disease Control, CDC, we implemented additional preventive measures to maintain a clean, safe environment for our coworkers and our guests. We've established a task force to continue to closely monitor this dynamic situation and fully prepared to adapt and modify should circumstances dictate on a restaurant-by-restaurant basis. We are strictly enforcing our long-standing policy of requiring team members to stay home if they show or report any signs of illness. Sanitize cleaning the surfaces of all key guest touch points a minimum of every 30 minutes, changing all serving utensils a minimum of every 30 minutes, diligently moving current cleaning procedures using approved and effective sanitizing products, reinforcing stringent hand washing practices, requiring employees to wash their hands a minimum of every 20 minutes of between tasks, making sure all hand sanitizer stations are stocked and operating properly, as well as adding additional sanitization stations throughout the restaurant. Excuse me.
Wrong button.
I hate your keyboard.
Sorry. Well, you can use the mouse.
It is important to remember that the coronavirus is not a foodborne illness. We are in consistent communication with managers at all Golden Corral restaurants across the country, and we have set up an internal website to provide them with updated information and other guidelines as the situation evolves. We appreciate the trust and support of our local guests, and we look forward to continuing to serve in our company and franchise restaurants across the country. I am not addressing the rest of this.
That's fine. We're gonna bore you with one more.
One more,
and then we'll talk about how this isn't impacting.
We'll have a slightly more serious conversation with you.
Okay, the last one is coming to you courtesy of Best Buy. Okay. This is from Best Buy. To our customers, like so many of you, we have spent the last several days and weeks learning about the coronavirus, COVID-19, and how it is impacting our world. For Best Buy, that means understanding how it affects our employees, customers, and communities, and then making the necessary adjustments to our work and operations. We have one simple objective that guides us, keeping you and our employees safe. This has been at the center of our conversation every step of the way. With that in mind, we have made several moves in our business in response to the threat of coronavirus. We've ramped up cleaning services at our store and are adding hand sanitizer at the front entrances at all cash registers. Sanitizing wipes are near workstations and counters so that employees can keep them constantly clean. We are closely following the Centers for Disease Control guidelines and recommendations on the steps we can take to help prevent the spread of the virus. We have shared specific instructions with our employees and on the importance of washing their hands and staying home if they feel sick or are returning from an area of the world identified as posing a coronavirus-related risk, per CDC recommendations. We will ask employees who have traveled to such locations or have been exposed to others who have traveled to such locations to self-quarantine for 14 days. That's interesting. A strict travel policy for our employees are in place. We have canceled meetings with large gatherings, again to do what we can to help prevent the spread of illness. If you don't feel well or choose not to visit one of our stores, of course we are ready to serve you at bestbuy.com or through the Best Buy app. We know that many of you have scheduled in-home consultations, deliveries, installations, or repairs with us. If you have any concern, we would be happy to partner with you to reschedule your appointment at no additional cost. Simply call 188-BEST-BUY and we will take care of you. For in-home consultations, we can arrange a consultation via phone or video or one of our experts if you prefer, or we can help you reschedule your appointment. Also, upcoming workshops offered in store may be canceled. If you signed up for a class that has been canceled, you will receive an email confirming the cancellation. We will continue to closely monitor the situation and do all that we can to protect you and our employees. Thank you. No signature on it.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's talk about the impact this is having.
Well, yeah, let's have a much more serious conversation.
This is going to sound like an actual talk show today.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, what some of you may not know right now is our local schools are completely shutting down to the point where it's a minimum of 10 days that we have no school. Teachers aren't allowed in the school. Superintendents, any staff is not allowed in the school at the moment. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but I just know it's a minimum of 10 days before we're allowed back in. This goes for any K-12 school district according to Governor Wolf. This was an official email sent to the school, our school, and the school then sent something to the families.
From what I hear, about every school in this state is now shut down.
Yeah, every K-12 school district is being forced to shut down. Any ones that are still open are like, I guess there's a fine. I don't know exactly how they're handling that situation. But my question to you is, what is your opinion on this? And do you feel like this is maybe being blown out of proportion for like a solid 41?
I do. And you can see it when you go into the grocery stores. People are hoarding supplies like there's a blizzard coming that they're going to be stuck inside for like the next 2 months.
I mean, yeah, we're supposed to be inside and we're supposed to stay out of contact with other people, but like when you hoard that stuff, you take that away from other people. Therefore, if these people need it, or if these people have that kind of stuff, how are they going to protect themselves from you, or how are they going to keep from getting anybody else sick, or how are they going to protect themselves from getting sick themselves? It doesn't exactly work, and this is a problem that has been seen already, but there's nothing really happening. Like you said earlier, that face masks, that
I was just going to mention that the medical field is asking that people not buy up their supplies for masks that your qualified professionals need in order to actually help you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is affecting my work as well.
Yeah, this is affecting everybody. I mean, most of your major companies are still open, like your Walmart and stuff, but they're running low, and this coronavirus isn't just affecting people as of getting sick. This is affecting our economy. This is a serious problem. Companies are laying people off because, we can't do that, but yet they still need to get paid. They still need to pay bills and stuff like that, and then it just isn't working well. I was talking with somebody else. I'm like, how long do you think our economy is gonna last if like we go complete quarantine? And they're like, I give it a month, if that. And like, there was something brought up in the beginning of the year that, this is kind of off topic, but there was something brought up in the beginning of the year that we were supposed to have an economic crash within the next 20 years. I'm starting to wonder if this is it.
Well, they say this is a typical cycle to go through, to have a recession. You go through a boom, and then you go through a recession right after. This is the way our country works.
Yeah, and
you spend that couple years afterwards trying to rebuild the economy.
Yeah, and that's... What are we going to go into? We going to go into another Great Depression?
Well, according to them, there's standards that are set in place to prevent another Great Depression from happening.
There's standards that are set in place, but did they take this into mind, what's going on with COVID-19?
Well, let's hope there's some preparedness for a situation like this.
I mean, as a kid, I really don't have to worry about, economy that much. I still have to worry about, if my parents are going to be able to keep food on the table, keep our house. Yeah. But I don't have to worry about that as much as you do.
Well, I'm really not, per se, in the field where I'm in a confined area.
Yeah, you're not. You guys aren't quarantined. You just said your office got quarantined earlier today, but...
Well, our office, they are recommending anybody that's field staff not to come into the office.
Okay.
Because we're the carriers. We're going to carry it into the office and infect everybody in there.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
We're taking the vial in there and dropping it. You know how that went.
Yeah.
The whole world would be zombies, walking zombies, flesh-eating zombies.
Yeah. But another thing was COVID-19 is seen as something that we haven't had before when it's really not. Like, if you look at this back to back with the flu, this is basically the same thing, minus the fact that we don't have vaccines and we don't have
Well, you really can't vaccinate.
You can vaccinate for the flu, but that's not all the time going to work.
No, well, that's the issue too. If it's viral, the body itself has to fight the infection.
Yeah,
you can't give medication. It's not like a bacterial infection.
Yeah, you can't introduce some external protective source because it's not going to work. And another problem that I was seeing is the fact that we're Americans. Like, we don't live the best of lifestyles. Like, not to go against anybody, but like, we don't live the best of lifestyles. We're not 100% sanitary. I mean, there's not one person in this world that you can go out and point to me that this person is 100% sanitary, because that just doesn't exist.
Well, if they do, they have issues.
Yeah, pretty much. But, and then my one friend at school, before the school got shut down, he was like, we're worrying about this now. People didn't worry about sanitizing and washing their hands before this.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and I'm like,
well, speaking on the whole issue of cleaning, I mean, you go into a box store right now, and you're limited to what you can buy for cleaners.
There was a friend of mine made a post on Snapchat saying that, like, she went to Walmart off at Edders, and there was a sign on the shelf stating that you're only allowed to have this, and she was like, funny, the shelves are bare. What, it would be nice to, have this if there was actually something there, but there's nothing there. Like, shelves are bare. People are being told to buy produce for 2 weeks, even though produce doesn't last that long.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's kind of ridiculous. And then toilet paper.
Well, there's some interesting, what do they pronounce them, memes on
memes.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little out of the loop on that. If you look, there's one that Mom showed me with. That's how people are protecting themselves. They're all wrapped in toilet paper.
Oh my gosh,
that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, this is not. This is something we should be worried about, but this is not something that we should be acting like this is the end of the world. Like,
yeah, I think it's a lot of paranoia right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of paranoia.
We've had a lot worse diseases than this.
Yeah, that's for sure. We've had a lot worse disasters than this too. I mean, holy crap, we've had natural disasters that have killed thousands and thousands of people, where we just have a coronavirus that's killed, I guess there's is there a confirmed death in the United States yet?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at statistics.
I don't even think there's a confirmed death in the United States. There's just 41 sick people. Yeah, that'll double, but they're sick. They're not gonna die from this, and if they are, I mean, the death rate is only at like 4%. I mean, holy crap. We act like this is the Black Plague or something.
It's not.
And it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. This is nowhere near it. This is basically the flu on steroids, is what it's been referred as. And the flu even kills more than this. The flu kills thousands every year. And we're just now worrying about this disease that, is so similar to the flu that, yeah, like, the symptoms are the same. The only difference is the fact that the flu causes you to be a lot more tired. Fatigued. Yeah, it causes you to be fatigued, whereas coronavirus doesn't do that. But, yeah.
Wow, this is probably our longest podcast yet.
Yeah, this is probably our longest podcast yet. This is a topic that we can kind of get behind and have a little bit more serious conversation about it, just because, we can't really joke about it.
We can still joke about
it. We can joke about it. Yeah, you can joke about it a lot. There's a lot of people.
It's more or less about the virus itself, but about the way that people are reacting to it.
It's less about the virus, but more about the reaction to it.
I mean, I understand the letters from these different. They want to ensure their customers, because their customers are worried to death about all this. But I had 12, 13, maybe 15 different emails from all these different companies. Yeah. It's crazy.
I get it, and I appreciate the fact that these companies are going out of their way to protect their customers, and their employees. But, like, we don't need that many emails. And, like, if you're going to send an email, have, like, a group send an email rather than individual emails or whatever. But, oh.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, coronavirus. Hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
All right.
We should probably end this.
Okay, we decided because of the length of this conversation, the amount of material we had, that we were going to omit the Tech Corner for today. We'll definitely pick that up on our next show. Hopefully Caleb will have something interesting on that show.
Yeah.
And if you got nothing else more to add, we'll close the show out for today.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, we'd like to thank you all for listening again. Again, we welcome your emails.
Yes.
As Caleb says, emails with your hate mail.
Yeah, send us
your hate mail. And if you're interested in being a guest on the show, definitely email us. We like different, another point of view
it makes
whenever possible.
It makes it a lot more interesting. But, yeah, thank you guys a lot for listening, and
look for us on Facebook, since we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Two guys with a view too.
Social media, yeah, great.
And
we'll talk at you later.
And remember, kids,
don't buy Tide Pods. I mean, don't buy Tide Pods. That's a lawsuit. Don't eat Tide Pods. Tide Pods are bad.
Are you ready? If you are in the Dauphin or surrounding counties looking for that fine Avon product line, contact Lucy. And remember, she's not only our preferred Avon sales representative, she's also my little sister.
And my aunt.